So today we're going to be looking at Kling motion control. You can see an example right here, and this is basically a way to kind of like face swap a video, right? So let me give you an example. Here's the original of me, right? And you can see me talking right there. I'm actually recording a Facebook ad. This was like a real video of me, as you can see, right? Now what we've actually got is an AI generated avatar doing UGC exactly the same way, and all we've done is face swapped the face with an avatar UGC character, like you can see. So this is not a real person. This is not a real video. It's the original video, but with a face swap on top, right? And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Now, this is using something uh, called Kling Motion Control, right? And it's actually really simple to get your head around once you figure it out. So the way that you can do this is actually multiple platforms you can get access to Kling via, but you can just go to klingai.com. This is what I've used. And then inside here, it's a little bit confusing. So I'm going to break it down and I'll explain exactly how it works. All right. So before we get into that, let me show you an example. All right, so you can see some examples right here. Basically, like this is the original video, and this is the original video down here, and this is like the new character, right? And so you can kind of face swap with different videos using UGC, different characters, different scenes, etc. Right? And this is actually a great tweet thread by Min Choi, right? Now, there's many ways to do this. The one that we're going to be doing is Kling, right? Kling motion control, and it's pretty insane what you can do and how you can do it, and honestly, this technology at this point is very, very convincing. Okay. So what we actually did was we took an original clip like this, as you can see. So this is me talking, and this was a video clip. If we play this back, all right. And so you can see me in my office talking right now. This is actually for a Facebook ad. And so what I did was I downloaded the video of this, right? And then I actually went to something called Gemini, and using Nano Banana, as you can see right here. I took a screenshot of the original video where I'm talking and then just said replace a man with a UGC woman, right? And now you can see it created like this quite realistic image of a woman in the same office, kind of like swapped over, right? So this is AI avatar character. This is not a real person. And so once you've done both of those, you've got the video footage of what you want to use, right? And then you've got the image of the avatar character, or it could be a cat, or it could be a man with tinfoil on his head, whatever you want to do, right? Once you've done that, then you can go over to Kling Motion Control. Okay, so you can get access to this at klingai.com, and it will look something like this once you go inside, and it's super confusing and overwhelming, right? So if you want to know exactly where to go from here, all you do is you navigate to Kling 01. And then again, this is quite confusing, but you're going to move down to the avatar section down here, AI video generator. All right. So you move to this icon over here. Then once you've done that, go to motion control, right? So it's not simple or easy to find this at all, but that's exactly how you did it. That's actually probably saved you about 30 minutes of research because it took me ages to figure this out. And then from here, you can go to motion control. And what you're going to do is you're going to upload the character image and the video, right? Now, there is a library of different motions that you can use. So these are like pre-built motions, like you can see. And you can also add character images, right? Now, what you want to do ideally when you're doing this, like with this example, is have the character image at the same perspective and the same style as the original, which is why I got Gemini to just replace the original screenshot with an image of an AI avatar face instead of my own. And then you upload the image here, you upload the original video here. It takes about 15 minutes to generate, depending on what you're doing and how complex the video is and how quality it is. But once you've done that, you will have the new video like so, right? And once you've done this as well, you're going to see this. You'll see the video here. I've actually muted this video, but it's actually got the original audio on it, right? So you could replace that with AI audio, or for example, if you wanted to have the same voice as the original video, face swapped for a new character, let's say you don't want to put your own face on video, then you could just include the original audio, right? So let me give you another example. This could be quite a fun one. Is we could have like an image like this, right? And we could say, okay, replace this with a male cat instead of the human, right? And then we'll just have a cat's head vlog in instead of me, right? And or it could be like the Yeti, something like that. We could open up another chat here, and you could do this on ChatGPT if you don't want to use Nana Banana. In fact, I think ChatGPT will be faster for generating the image. And we could say, okay, replace this man with a Yeti, everything else the same, right? And then just make sure you have create images switched on. Now we've got a cat. So you could have a cat talking like so. Or what you could do is you could have a Yeti. Now, if you wanted to zoom in more on the cat, like if you wanted to have like the cat bigger or whatever, you would just tell the AI to do that. But this one would be way better actually. All right. So now if we go over to Kling AI motion control, we can download this image. All right. So we'll download that one. And then we need to upload the original video. So for example, here, we're going to upload the video of me talking, which is this one. By the way, it can't be more than 100 megabytes as well. So just be careful of that when you upload the video. That's why I just took a quick clip. And then we've got the JPEG file of the image to face swap it with. So this is the original video, and that's what we're going to change it to. And then you just click generate over here, right? That's going to start loading, as you can see. And again, it will take about 11 or 12 minutes to generate that video. But you can always set up notifications and then come back later. But that's basically how it works. And then you can easily face swap these images. I mean, here's another one. So this was a more professional design. It doesn't have to be like a UGC style video, as you can see. And if we have a look at the original, that's the original video. Someone doing like karate. And then this is the cat that we created. And then the cat's doing karate right here. Pretty cool. There's also this button where you can click on lip sync, right? So you can actually lip sync the audio to the original video if you click that. And then you can also click on AI sound as well. Drew says, hey, I've been building an autonomous AI system and I'm looking for someone sharp to help me push it further. I'd love for you to take a look. Yeah, so I mean, right now, I really appreciate the offer, but I'm not looking for projects to partner on. What I will say is if you join the AI Profit Boardroom, there's actually loads of people who are serious about building AI projects inside here. Link in the comments description or go to aiprofitboardroom.com. And if you, for example, type in partner here, you can see that loads of people are looking for partners and that sort of thing. So if you want to, if you want to find someone who's like serious about AI, already understands, everything that I teach and the systems that I use, then join the AI Profit Boardroom and then just post in there saying you're looking for a partner. But for me personally, I like, I have my goals and I know 100% what I'm going to focus on, and I'm just going to stay focused on that so I don't get distracted. But yeah, that's basically how to do these vlogs where you can swap over images with videos and then create these very convincing videos. As you can see, it's pretty insane what you can do. I mean, like, here's some examples. Some pretty crazy stuff right there. And, you could always have a cat talking if you really get bored. Vic says, more awesome AI, easy to learn, education and presentation from the AI worldwide leader. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Now, if you want to see some more examples, here you've got more examples, right? So you can, for example, like do complex motions. You can do like perfectly synchronized body motions. It could be, for example, like precision in hand movements, 30-second one shots, scene details, etc. It's pretty crazy, right? And you've seen how easy it is to do this and set this up today. But it's going to take a while for that to generate. So what I've actually done is I've created a free training on exactly how to use this with related resources. It's got a full introduction of exactly how to use this and what you learn. Today, you've already learned like how to control exact AI movements in AI generated videos frame by frame, the swapping feature that lets you put faces on any video, how to create product demos that look like you, the motion trajectory system that makes objects move exactly where you want, how solopreneurs can use this to create like ad content that converts, and the camera control features that give you kind of like Hollywood level shots, you know. And this is not like another boring AI video tool. It's really powerful for creating like these insanely useful videos or UGC content or ads even and that sort of thing. Okay. Now, what I've actually done is put together a 30-day motion control implementation plan. So if you really want to learn how to use this stuff and everything else, you can get it inside the AI Success Lab. And we've got day by day strategies on exactly how to use this, as you can see. And then also, you know, some people say, well, most people think AI generated video looks robotic and cheap. You know, they believe that real customers will spot AI content immediately. Um, but the crazy thing is now, like, this is changing all the time. I mean, the old way was like you generate random AI videos and hope they look good, accept low quality outputs because that's just AI. Avoid AI video because you think everyone can tell, or you end up spending a lot on video content and assuming that AI can't match professional quality. But using motion control, you can get things exactly how you want. You can generate multiple versions. You can combine AI with real footage for hybrid content, and then you can create professional content, you know, literally in minutes. So I would say AI video with clean motion control is almost indistinguishable from professional content when used correctly, right? And the solopreneurs right now are creating content, creating ads, creating stuff to promote their business and everything else, right? So I've actually created a full guide on exactly how to use this, as you can see. And I've also included 100 prompts on exactly how you can use this for your business, right? So for example, if you want to learn, for example, how to use this for products, for text typography, for events, etc., I've got tons of prompts on how to use this inside the AI Success Lab, which is a completely free community connecting you with nearly 47,000 members. As you can see, we're adding new trainings all the time, showing you what works, what doesn't, etc. I go live in there every single day. And then also you can see if you go to the January section over here, you can get all the video notes from today. Now, if you haven't already, make sure that you check out the AI Profit Boardroom. This is an amazing way to learn how to automate your business, save time, and scale your business using AI automation. And, you know, serious entrepreneurs in here, we've got 2,100 inside the AI Profit Boardroom, and you can post inside the community, get help and support whenever you need it. You can join our daily accountability group, like you can see, and you can also ask questions. If you need help or technical support, you can post inside there and get help whenever you want. And the cool thing about this is it's not just me who's winning with AI. So you can see here, for example, Dylan is sharing his progress with NA10. You've got Cindy giving a shout out on the 30-day challenge we're running inside there. You've got, for example, Stephen, who's crushing it with Minimax, right? So if you want to win with AI, join this tribe. It's the best place to really learn and grow with this stuff. And then also we have 4 weekly coaching calls a week. So 4 weekly coaching calls where you can get help and support whenever you need to. And then also inside the classroom, you can learn how to go from complete beginner to expert with AI in just 5 weeks. Plus, you'll learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. As well as that, you learn and get our best playbooks for learning AI automation with X, with newsletters, with shorts, with avatar videos, right? All this stuff that actually works for me, as you've probably seen on YouTube or any other platform that you watch me on. Additionally, you will learn how to get more clients for your agency based on what's working for me. If you can't make the coaching calls, you can watch them back here. And if you want to learn how to rank number one inside AI and search engines, you can get this training, as well as learning how to grow a YouTube channel in just 6 weeks using this process. So that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description or go to aiprofitboardroom.com. So today we're going to be looking at a new tool called Open Claude, right? So if you've never come across Claude Cowork, basically it's an AI agent that can work locally and basically automate like anything inside your laptop. You know, that could be controlling your browser. It could be, for example, organizing your desktop, you know, and you just type in plain English exactly what you want. And now there's actually an open source version, and it is called Open Claude Cowork. So we're going to test this out, see how it performs. And I think you can get free access to it because it's open source. So let's see how it goes. John Sedano says, is this the real Gillian Goldie or the AI avatar version? This is the real McCoy, my friend. I get that every single day now. Every single time I go lives, I get asked, am I the real Gillian Goldie? All right, so we're going to start running these commands and just getting this bad boy set up. Just going to use Claude Code to get this set up with GitHub, as you can see. At this point, I don't know why Claude still asks me for permissions for anything because I'm always going to say yes. Like, it should remember I've never said no. Now it's asking for Composio and API keys for Anthropic 2. Let's try this out. So just bear in mind, like the actual tool itself is free, but you're going to have to pay for the APIs, right? So I'm going to try this out now. We'll sign up for Composio. And I'm going to grab an API key from Claude as well. If we go to here, we can grab one. Do you know what? I should probably delete those and then just not show my API key on the live stream. How about that? Let's go back a step. For Casper says, "Wow, the real Julian live." Okay, one request. Say Victor. There you go. So we have Claude Cowork set up, as you can see. John says, "Can we use a local LLM with Open Claude Cowork?" You actually can't. I don't think. I think you can only use Anthropics. And then also, don't worry, bro. Your API key is safe with me. Which, thanks, John. I trust that, mate. All right. So we've got Claude Cowork over here, as you can see. And we're going to test this out. So let's have a look what we got here. I mean, it looks identical, doesn't it? Right, let's just pull this up side by side. This is pretty crazy. So this is Open Claude Cowork, which is obviously open source. This is the original version of Claude Cowork. And you can see them side by side. They basically look the same. I like the fact that they've removed having to add a folder. That just saves so much time. We can switch on extended thinking. We can choose between Claude or OpenCode. And then we've also got Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku, right? So let's just go with the basics, the classics. We're going to say organize my downloads folder and see how that performs. So we'll hit enter in there. And this is Claude Cowork. It actually still says Claude at the top, which is madness. And then at the bottom, for the actual name of the program, it's called Electron. So you can see it running terminal commands here. I want to say, you do what you think is best, mate. And it's just gone off and it's starting to run its magic, all right? So if we have a look at the downloads folder here, oh, that's instantly organized, isn't it? That's looking beautiful. Wow, that was fast. Okay, that was way faster than Claude Cowork. So you can see it's organized my downloads. My downloads folder is looking absolutely pristine, as you can see right here. It's beautiful. And it's also organized that right now. So it said, here's what I did, organize structure, videos, images, archive, results, boom, freed up 6 gigabytes right there, my friend. Boom shakalaka. All right. That was awesome. I actually prefer that to the original. So let's just pull these up side by side. So we've got the desktop here. Super messy, as you can see. Let me show you. This is the original. So this is Claude Cowork, and this is Open Cowork, which I'm beginning to think already I may prefer it. If we open up a new task here, and we're like, right, okay, help me organize my desktop so it's easier to manage, right? And we'll do that inside Claude, the original. and we'll see how it performs and see whether it's as fast or whatever, right? Which one's got the best experience? Now it's going to ask me a few questions. I've given it exactly the same prompt, and you can see it's a little bit slower. Like it's just not responding as quickly. We have to send this request, and then, yeah, I mean, that's taking way longer. If we have a look at the desktop, it's still not organized. It's still quite messy, as you can see. And I would say if I have to look at, okay, which one's the fastest or the most autonomous, I'd probably go with Open Claude right now. So Open Claude is destroying Claude Cowork. I mean, it's early days, but you get the point, right? I mean, this is taking absolutely ages. It's redonkulous. Sam says, do you think it's worth building something if there's already two options for it out there? I would say, with most of these things, like even if you build like the world's best free AI tool, the problem is that if you don't market it relentlessly, even if it's free, nobody's going to use it, right? Like, how many people know about Open Claude Cowork, right? Not that many compared to Claude Cowork, but it seems to be a better version, right? This has failed the task, it's taken ages, whereas this did it instantly, right? And so the difference here is not the tool itself and not even how good the tool is. The difference is the quality of marketing, right? So if you look at Claude, they have a huge network, they have a huge audience, they just dominate, right? They're going to reach far more people and get far more users than Open Claude. And so that's the biggest difference here is it's not about the tool itself. It's not even about the quality of the tool, although that of course has to be good. The biggest difference really is how many people can you reach? How many people can you get to know about your stuff? Right? It's all about the marketing. So I would focus on that. Like, ask yourself, can you market better than the people you're competing with? Can you market better than the two other options out there? If you can, awesome. You already know you're onto a winner. So Claude Cowork failed the task. Open Claude Cowork smashed it. Let's go with another one. We're going to start a new chat on both. What I've actually done is if you want to get access to like the GitHub and all the resources from today, plus this whole framework on how to use Open Claude Cowork, you can get that inside the AI Success Lab completely free. Link in the comments description. And essentially, what we're looking at here is that this is basically free, right? So you can use the same AI desktop assistant. I had to go on the Max subscription plan for Claude, which was quite expensive, or you can just use this open source alternative that connects to all these other tools, right? And what I like to see here, I'm calling this the Open Desktop Framework. So this is a framework I'm using to replace expensive AI tools with free alternatives whilst getting better results, right? And I call it the Open Desktop Framework because it runs locally on your machine, giving you full control and connecting to everything, right? So number one, it's actually free. There's no hidden costs, no usage limits, just your API costs. It connects to 500 tools through Composio, so that could be Gmail, Slack, Google Drive, GitHub, Calendar, etc. You control everything, so it runs on your desktop. Your data stays local, and then you decide which AI models to use, apart from the API, of course. And then it supports multiple AI providers. You can switch between Claude and that sort of thing, right? So let's take an example, and I've actually got a 30-day plan on exactly how to use this stuff, but I'm going to run down to the prompts down here, and we'll test an example, right? So I'm going to say check my calendar for today and create a prioritized list of meetings with prep notes. Let's see if that works. So go inside here. And then we just need to connect our Google Calendar. So you can see we've connected that to Composio now. And it makes it really easy, by the way, because like if you want to connect a tool, for example, like Google Calendar, you just click that, click a couple of buttons, and then you just say, okay, we're done. And then it's like, right, let me fetch the calendar events for today so you can see. And it'll basically check through the calendar and see what we got here. Now we'll try the same thing inside, for example, Claude, so you can see. So this is the original version of Claude. This is Claude Openwork on the right hand side. And you can see this is now pulled in the information, right? So it's like priority one, here's the information, here's the attendees of who's going to join, here's a Google Meet link, here's the preparation notes for the calendar, as you can see. And that was super easy and simple, right? Whereas, for example, if you have a look at Claude, the original Cowork, you have to go via the browser. So let's try that. It's going to work through Claude Chrome, right? So it's going to work through Google Chrome and access my calendar here. And then it's going to open this up, right? As you can see. So it's pulling in the information there. I actually think like this method is way more efficient because you're connected directly to the calendar, whereas um, this one has to use my browser to actually access it, right? And also, if you look here, like the notes and the meeting prep is way better versus what we're getting over here, right? So the quality of outputs from Claude Openwork seems to be much better. And also, this is a lot slower simply because it's using my browser, right? It's going to take a lot longer to open and that sort of thing. So overall, I think Claude Open Cowork is actually better, right? It's genuinely really powerful. It's the best alternative I've seen. It is open source as well. It's free to download. It works really nicely with these tools, as you can see. So with the calendar and that sort of thing. The UI is really nice. I mean, it's as close as it possibly can be to the original Claude, and it was easy to set up as well. You can just use Claude Code to help you set it up in the first place as well, and then you can connect it to all these different tools inside Composio, and that really doesn't take long at all. So, thanks so much for watching. What I've actually done is I've created a full guide to open Claude Cowork. Like you can see, you get access to all the resources and the links in the GitHub and everything from today. I've shown you the open desktop framework, which breaks down how to get these autonomous AI agents to run for you locally. You could build all sorts of things. That could be, for example, like client reported systems, content distribution assistants, lead follow-ups, etc. And I've actually created a 30-day plan that you can implement day by day to really master this stuff with terminal commands, prompts, etc. Right? And additionally, what I've also done is included a list of 100 prompts that you can test out inside OpenClaw Cowork as well, right? Now, the old belief really with AI was like people would think, okay, AI automation requires complex workflows and programming. The real truth here is like most people think AI automation looks like connecting 47 different apps through complex flow diagrams with error handling and conditional logic. That's really the old way, right? That's the Zapier thinking. AI automation with monotools is different, really, because you describe what you want in plain English, and the AI figures out how to do it. I mean, you've seen what happens in Claude Cowork. So It's a lot simpler. It handles the complexity. And I would say, if you want to win with AI, really, you don't need to think like a programmer anymore. You just need to think like a business owner who clearly describes what they need, right? The AI handles the programming. And, when I built all the stuff I did today, it was literally just like tell it exactly what to do, right? Now, other people say, well, AI tools are going to replace me. I mean, this is the fear that I hear the most. Like, if AI can automate my work, what's my value? Here's what's actually happening. It's like AI automates the boring parts of your work, the repetitive tasks, the data entry, the email sorting, the report generation. What it can't automate yet is strategy, relationships, creative problem solving, understanding your specific clients and their unique situations. And Open Claude Cowork, it doesn't replace you, it just makes you superhuman, right? Because you become a one person operation with the output capacity of a team, right? So, for example, my SEO agency, I have over 50 team members, but I personally can monitor more clients, respond faster, and stay on top of more data than ever before because AI handles the admin tasks whilst I focus on strategy and relationships. And the solopreneurs winning right now aren't competing on who works the longest hours, they're competing on who uses AI to multiply their effectiveness. And here's the empowering frame, right? AI doesn't replace you, it elevates you. It removes the ceiling on how many clients you can serve, how fast you can deliver, and how much value you can create. So this is what it's all about, peeps. You can get all the video notes from here inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description. You can see this amazing community that connects you with nearly 47,000 entrepreneurs. And also inside the classroom here, if you go to January Automations, you'll get all the free video notes from today, along with all these other video trainings you can see on the left-hand side. So, for example, if you want to learn Notebook LM or Claude AI SEO, if you want to learn the new Microsoft AI updates or Minimax, and this is all updated from this month, by the way, it's more updated. It's a free course, but it's more updated than most paid courses. You can get that all inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description. And if you haven't already, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. This is an amazing community that connects you with 2,100 serious entrepreneurs who are focused on growing and scaling their business with AI automation. Inside the community, you can ask any questions you have. You can connect with people in your local area. You can actually see this map where you can see people in your local area and then, DM them or get in touch with them. So, for example, let's say you're in London right now, right? Well, you can see the 72 entrepreneurs in London who are also using AI automation and are part of the AI Profit Boardroom. So it's just an awesome community, a network that you can connect with and build with, right? Also, inside the community, you can ask questions and get help and support. You see how active it is. You can join our daily accountability group if you struggle with overwhelm or information overload or shiny object syndrome. And basically, what this will do is you post your goals and then you're like, right, today I just focus on that. I lock in on that, right? That's what it's about. And then also you can see inside the win section, you can share your wins. So, for example, Dylan is crushing it with NA10. You've got, for example, you've got Steve Light crushing it on YouTube with AI. You've got Jeffrey making huge progress in just 7 days, right? These are all wins inside the AI Profit Boardroom. You can also see inside the calendar here, you get 4 coaching calls a week. So you can ask questions live and jump on a call live with an AI automation expert and team and meet the community live on these calls each week. And we also have these courses inside the classroom where you can, for example, learn how to go from complete beginner to expert with AI automation in just 5 weeks. Plus, you learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. Top of that, you will discover the AI playbook that shows you how I generate my AI avatar videos, how I automate shorts, how I automate newsletters, X, etc. This is all inside the AI profit boarding. And by the way, this AI automation for X is insane. Let me show you this. Yesterday, we reached 590,000 people in one day, right? Using AI automation on X. So if you want to learn how we do that, just check out the AI profit boarding automation processes that we have in the playbooks inside there. Also, we show you exactly how to land more clients for your agency. If you can't make the coaching calls, you can watch them back there. If you want to learn how to rank #1 inside AI search engines, you can learn that here. And then also you can learn how to grow and scale a YouTube channel based on what's working for me with this 6-week roadmap. So that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description, or just go to aiprofitboardroom.com. Cedric says, what plan is needed to access Claude Cowork? So you have to be on the Pro or the Max plan if you want to access Claude Cowork inside desktop. They just released it to Pro people last week. And then if you want to get access to Open Claude Cowork, you don't need to be on any specific plan, right? Anyone can access it. Anyone can plug their APIs in. Great question, Cedric. Thank you. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to use this new UI AI agent like you can see here for Google Antigravity. And this is a powerful free plugin that you can plug into and install inside Google Antigravity to make your vibe coding even more powerful, right? So let's test this out and see exactly how it goes. So what we're going to do from here is we are going to grab all the information. We're going to go to Claude and just say how to install inside Antigravity. This is like the easiest non-technical way to install any GitHub on any tool, right? Any platform. So we're going to go into Antigravity like you see. Then we're going to go to the terminal here. And just start installing the dependencies like you see. And if you've never used Google Antigravity before, it's basically a free vibe coding tool that you can download and install locally and run locally. Comes with free APIs, agents, kind of like a copy of Visual Studio Code. But the difference is that it comes with like free APIs for Claude, for Google Gemini, and also it has a browser use agent installed, right? So it's kind of like a better version or a simpler, easier version of Visual Studio Code, which is an IDE for coding and vibe coding directly locally, right? So you can see we're now installing the Pro Max installer for UI and UX right here. As you can see, And now that we've installed this, we can just get started with using this process, right? Now, I'd be interested to know if we go back to Antigravity, we start a new window, what the difference is between the original UI and the new UI, right? So we've installed the agent for UI front end skills over here. And then this one over here doesn't have the UI plugin installed, right? And we'll just test the difference to see which one performs the best. So if you're wondering, okay, like what are the benefits of using the UI UX Pro Max skill? Well, you're basically going to get much better design intelligence for building the UI, right? So if you've ever noticed, when you're using Gemini or Claude or Antigravity to build UI out, like the front end, the actual design of your website, quite often, like the design is generic or boring or not that interesting or looks like every other AI tool that you've built, right? That's been built out there. So this way, you just get a much smarter way of designing that's much more interesting, as you can see, and it has like the actual principles of design built in. So here's an example landing page. And basically what it's going to do is like it'll take the user request, like for example, build a landing page for my SEO agency. Then it's going to do multiple domain search, so like product type matching, style recommendation, color palette, etc. It's going to then use a reasoning engine, and then it's going to complete the design output, right? And it actually has categories specific for different industries, right? So, for example, like healthcare or tech or e-commerce or services, etc. Right? Different effects depending on the industry as well. And you can use this inside Claude Code or Cursor or Windsurf or Antigravity or whatever you want to use. So just to show you like the difference between these, right? You've got Anti-gravity with no plugins, no UI design agents installed. And you can see an example right here, right? And it will just go off and just quickly create that project like you can see, right? So it's actually opened it up. You can see an example of what this looks like. It created a background image with Nano Banana. And that's what the page looks like, right? It's not bad. It's pretty basic, but that's what the page looks like. So it's just kind of like a generic cookie cutter design from AI. If you go back to Anti-Gravity now, we're going to use the new agency, the new design plugin. This is the new design, right? So this is actually using the design agent, and you can see the design difference is dramatic. It looks totally different, but it has its own character, and it doesn't look like a generic sort of um, template. It looks like something that's actually custom tailored for our brand. It's even used our design colors, right? And you can see here how different does that look to the original. Plus, the AI agent is testing out and making sure it's actually good before it goes off and does anything else. So it's just taken the UI and the the thought process to a whole new level with much better reasoning and much more reasoning, right? Again, this is the old chat, no thought at all, pretty generic, pretty boring. This is a new chat, looks way more interesting, way more thought on it, way more reasoning. And it's not just thinking about design, it's also thinking about like performance highlights and that sort of thing, right? And then if we take a look here, this is the actual website, right? Looks 10 times better. It's even come up with a cool name, which is goldie.seo for the name of the website, which I really like as well. So that design agent is 10 times better. Literally, you're going to get way better outputs, and it's free to install. It takes 2 minutes to set up. It's really easy to do, right? So let's just have a look through this page, and we'll compare the final outputs side by side. So this is the UI without any plugins, and you can only scroll down to there. Very basic, looks very generic, not that interesting, right? This is the new version, and you can see better images, better graphics. It's using our brand colors. All right, so if you go to juliangoldie.com, you can see that our brand colors are similar with that orange. It's got a much better headline. It's way more unique. It's got like a cool CTA button here. And the page itself just looks way more interesting. Plus, it's more designed for conversions, right? It's even it's thinking as well, like about where to send the traffic. Whereas if you look on here, it's actually sending traffic to a contact form, which is not that useful, right? We'd rather send them to a book a call page. So overall, the page is 10 times better. The plugin is free. It's a no-brainer to use it in my eyes. And that is an amazing GitHub that's just going to help you get like way more out of the Project C vibe code with Antigravity, and it's free. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get access to this, I've also included the notes inside the free training from today. So if you go to the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description, completely free, connects you with 46,000 members, as you can see, who are interested in AI. If you go to the classroom here, then you're going to go to January. You'll be able to get a free training on exactly how to use anti-gravity. And I've added all the information plus the details of how to set up Pro Max Skill plugin. As you can see right here inside the free trainings. You get free video, you get all the details of Pro Max, the benefits, how to set it up, etc. The link to the resources from today. And again, like what are the benefits? What are the key benefits here? Well, with UI UX Pro Max, you basically get a much more intelligent design system. So normally, like you describe what you want, and AI kind of guesses at the colors and the fonts and everything else. If you look at Pro Max, it actually analyzes your product type, generates a complete industry specific design system in seconds, right? Also, it's got industry specific intelligence. So it has over 100 reasoning rules for different industries. So, it could be SaaS or design or B2B enterprise, whatever industry you're in, there's presets available for each one, right? As well as that, it avoids like the common AI patterns, right? So normally AI would like use emojis as icons. It's going to forget like cursor pointer on clickable elements. It's going to create like generic purple and pink gradients. I think you know what I'm talking about if you use anti-gravity regularly. And it avoids like poor contrast ratios, plus avoids like missing hover states, right? Whereas with UI UX Pro, you avoid all that and you make it look less generic. Make it look less like AI slop, essentially. You also got 57 different UI styles, 95 color palettes, and 56 font pairings, plus a pre-delivery checklist, consistency across each session, and multi-stack intelligence as well. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you want to get all the free video notes from today, along with a 30-day plan for anti-gravity, all my trainings you can see right here. We've got loads of training on Notebook LM, Claude AI SEO, Microsoft, etc. You can get that inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description. Or if you want to get serious about growing your business, scaling your business, saving time with AI, you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. This is an amazing community. I personally connect with people inside there. We answer your questions inside the community. You can connect with 2,100 serious AI builders. And additionally, you can post in there and ask any questions you have. On top of that, you can post your wins, share your progress, etc. And you see everyone's winning and learning together, as you can see inside the win section here. If you want to get live support and help, you can get that inside the calendar. So you can jump on 4 weekly live coaching sessions per week, ask any questions you have, that sort of thing. And also, you get my best training. So inside the AI Profit Boardroom, you learn how to go from beginner to expert with AI automation in just 5 weeks, plus how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. As well as that, you'll learn my best playbooks for automating X, newsletters, shorts, AI avatar videos. All of my best systems are inside the classroom here. And additionally, if you want to learn how to get more clients, you can check out the agency course. If you can't make the live coaching calls, you can watch them back live right here. If you want to learn how to rank inside Google and other AI search engines, you can learn our best AI SEO automations. And also, if you want to go from like zero to growing and scaling a YouTube channel, you can do that inside the 6-week roadmap right here. So that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Feel free to get it. Link in the comments description or go to aiprofitboardroom.com and I'll see you in there. Cheers for watching. Bye bye. Let's see what questions we got here. So have you been able to get Antigravity's knowledge component in the agent manager to work properly? Yeah, so far so good. But if you do need more tips on that, feel free to ask inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We can support you. Jefter says, is the 5-hour AI mastery video good? I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but I'm always happy to help there. Where do you get UI UX Pro? So you can get that inside the free video notes from today, as I mentioned earlier. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. So today I'm going to show you how to make Anti-Gravity, which is a powerful free vibe coder from Google, 10 times better. right? And this is using something called Antigravity Kit. So it's a free GitHub you can install directly into Google Antigravity. And once you've done that, you're going to see some insane stuff. So, for example, here you can see that we actually just launched this website. As you can see, if we actually open this up, what we've done here is install two different kits to make my project way better, right? And you can see the output right here. So this is the vibe coded page. You can see very unique, very different in its style. Doesn't look like generic AI slot. And we've done that using Google Antigravity. And there's two different work kits that we've added inside here. Number one is called UI Pro Max, and number two is called Antigravity Kit 2.0. And if you combine them, you create something that's absolutely insane, right? And you can see, for example, we've got all these different agents, for example, for backend, databases, for front end, for game development, mobile development, orchestrating agents as well. Even SEO specialists are built inside there. And then also we've got these different skills that we can leverage to make and our projects, number one, actually work better, but number two, look better, and number three, make it way more fun to use anti-gravity. So how are we doing this and what are we doing, right? So essentially, the way that you can set this up is number one, you need to set up anti-gravity kit. This is version 2.0, which is relatively recent. And using anti-gravity kit 2.0, all you do is you just go inside your terminal on whatever project you're working on. So let me show you an example from scratch. If we open up a new window here, we'll open up a new folder and we'll just a random example. We'll call this Snape game, right? Obviously, you can build like websites, games, tools, apps, mini apps, etc. using anti-gravity. But just as a quick example, let's create something basic, right? So if we open up the chat over here on the right-hand side, what we're going to do is then go to terminal and new terminal at the top, and we're just going to install the anti-gravity kit, right? So that's installing anti-gravity kit CLI, as you can see. And now we've got all of these agents on the right hand side. So that's how simple it is, right? It's not a lot of work. You just copy and paste into the terminal. You don't really know how, you don't have to know how to use terminal. I don't really know how to use it, but I can easily copy and paste straight into there. Now we've got these agents inside the folder. So this is our folder for the Snake game. Before it was empty. After we installed this, it's added the agents, the skills, the rules, etc. all inside here. It's even got these workflows, as you can see here. So for example, brainstorm, create, debug, deploy, etc. Orchestrate, plan. These are different workflows you can call upon. So now, if you go inside the chat on the right-hand side, we can say, for example, create or / brainstorm, and we can actually use the brainstorm workflow to create something better for our game, right? So if I go brainstorm, create an SEO themed Snake game for my SEO agency, that will be a landing page to funnel traffic to my book a call page, right? So let's say, for example, we want to get more traffic to a page where people can book in a call, get a free strategy session, but we create something fun that gets people's attention in the first place. So you see here, it's now using the brainstorm workflow that's pre-built in with anti-gravity kit, right? And essentially here it's like you want to create an interactive landing page for your SEO agency featuring a Snake game. The goal is to engage visitors and seamlessly funnel them towards your strategy booking page. I couldn't have said it better myself, right? And then we've got a few options. So for example, we have the SERP climber option. We have the crawler quest option. We have the agency empire, right? And it's actually recommended out of all three options, go with this one, right? So I'm going to go with the SERP climber now. I'll just copy and paste that in and say, okay, go with this, right? Now, I'm going to stop that right there because before I go any further, what I also want to do is I want to use the UI Pro Max free GitHub as well, which you can see right here, right? And again, all we have to do is just go to the terminal and then we can leverage this to create much better UI, right? So I can copy this, as you can see. We're going to go to terminal, new terminal, open this up, install the Pro Max, as you can see right here. And now we've got this folder called shared UI with data and scripts. All right. And now we've installed both the toolkit and the UI builder as well, right? So now we're going to say, okay, go ahead inside the chat here, as you can see, and we can call upon different skills, workflows, and agents to build and improve our workflow inside Antigravity. And again, this is free because you're using number one, the open source GitHub for Antigravity toolkit, which we got over here, right? Then we installed the UI UX Pro Max skill, as you can see over here. And then we've also got the free browser agent inside Antigravity already installed. You can also use free MPC servers as well. MCP, sorry. You can also use free MCP servers as well to deploy this, to create databases, etc. That's super easy once you figure that out too. And then you can see how it's building out the game right here using the workflows that we created, right? We can also call upon these skills if we want to make the project itself better. So you could say, for example, okay, /create or /enhance to add better features. And now we've got this game, as you can see right here, with a link once the game ends to book in a free strategy session. So it's built the project really quickly, seems to work seamlessly. It's now, the agent is now testing out the project, which you can see with the blue background over here. And we can always stop the agent and just test it ourselves as well. So if we click on restart game, here we go. And that game is ready to go, right? And then every time it reloads, it's got this link that says book a free strategy session. And you can see how it's SEO themed and everything else, right? So for example, if we end the game here, click on that, boom, it's got a link to my free SEO strategy session. And there we go, right? Now, if we want to make this better, we can actually click on enhance over here. And using enhance and also using the UI Pro Max feature, right? So we've got enhance and UI Pro Max. We can say, okay, build a nice UI plus add better features to my project. Now, before we click on enter, you also see that it says, would you like me to help deploy this to Netlify? Which means that if I just said yes, we could actually deploy the whole game to a subdomain on Netlify so it's shareable with the world, or even deploy it to a custom domain like, I don't know, SEO snake game, juliangolder.com, right? And the way that we do that is we have these MCP servers installed here. So if you ever want to install MCP server to deploy, use Netlify. If you want to install a MCP server to set up a database where people can log in and save their progress with the game, then you would set up the MCP server for Superbase. Both of those are free as well, right? So we're going to hit enter like so, and this will call upon Antigravity Toolkit and also UI UX to build something better. It just looks nicer because it's okay at the minute, but we could improve the UI so much better, right? It could look 10 times better if we wanted to make it better. And then you can see here, it actually estimates the total implementation plan. And it's like, should I proceed with this Pro Max upgrade? Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to visually overhaul it. We're going to add some advanced features and we're going to change these 3 files, right? So I'll click OK now. And it's beginning to edit the style CSS and everything else. Now, if we go back, you can see that it's beginning to test out the new features and it's hosting it locally as well here, right? So if we want to test it ourselves, we can navigate to this local host and that's where the website is hosted. As you can see, and now it looks a lot nicer, right? So it's beginning to look better, beginning to look more interesting. It's still going to make a lot more changes, but the main point here is like it's pretty easy and simple to set up. Now, whilst waiting for that to load, let's talk about a few things. All right. So if you want to learn how to use this, how to set this up, I actually included the terminal commands and the links to the resources from today inside the AI Success Lab. Completely free, link in the comments description. Also comes with video tutorial, and it's got links to the documentation for both of these GitHubs, right? So that's an amazing community with 47,000 people. Now, if you go inside the January 2026 section here, it'll show you exactly how to install this. Well, also let's talk about some limiting beliefs that are holding some people back, right? So some people will say like these skills, for example, that we're building or using or leveraging, right? These agents are just documentation, right? They don't actually help. But the difference is like skills are what make agents specialists. So without skills, agents are generic. And with skills, they become experts. So for example, if you're using like the authentication or authorization skill, that's going to cover like some of the best practices and some of the best examples of how to implement this. The same with the UI ones, right? If you use an AI specialist agent for UI, the outputs of the UI are going to be 10 times better than if you use a generic one because it's just focused on fixing that one thing, right? And the more context AI has from one specific thing, the better it tends to perform and the more useful the outputs tend to be. So it's kind of like giving someone a checklist of exactly what to check, except the checklist is comprehensive knowledge from industry experts, right? So really these skills that you're using inside the project turn generic AI into domain experts pretty much instantly. And the difference between amateur and professional isn't talent, it's applied knowledge. And skills provide that knowledge automatically to AI agents that you use inside Antigravity. Also, some people say, well, I need different tools for different tasks, right? So if you're vibe coding a project out, before you might have used like multiple different tasks or different tools for like creating the UI versus the backend and everything else. Really, with anti-gravity, you don't have to worry about that, right? You can do everything in one place. So the real story here is like tool bloat, having multiple subscriptions or tools, that is a problem, right? And people often have like a million different browser tabs open, loads of different AI tools, loads of different subscriptions, and they get overwhelmed and it's chaos, right? But the cool thing about Anti-Gravity Kit is that it consolidates everything into one system. So if you need front end development, use a front end specialist. If you need back end architecture, use a back end architect. If you need help with UI, use a UI specialist, right? And this is all inside your existing AI tools. So you don't need switch or lose context, or you don't need any friction, right? And so this is one of the best productivity systems because it's got the fewest tools. You just stay in one place, which is anti-gravity. And so the new belief really here is like consolidation, aka having everything in one place inside anti-gravity, is much better than fragmentation, aka having like multiple different tools you zoom in and zoom out of and flip in between them all, right? And so one system with specialists is going to beat many tools with generalists, right? So reduce the tools, increase your focus, and then you can use these tools inside here, as you can see, right? Also, inside the video notes, inside this free group, you also find details on how to get access to free stuff. For example, Open Claude Cowork, right? Open Claude Cowork is like a free alternative to Claude Cowork that you can get access to. And actually, so far, I've preferred it. So that's something else to check out inside there for fun. So that is essentially how to use anti-gravity and just make it 10 times better using these tools. You can see it running in the background right here. And if you want to get access to all the video notes from today, you can get that inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description. And this connects you with nearly 47,000 people who are interested in AI. If you go to the classroom and then go to this section, you'll see the video notes at the bottom for this, right? Now, if you're serious about growing and scaling your business and saving time with AI, feel free to get the AI Profit Boarding. Link in the comments description or go to aiprofitboarding.com. Inside here, you get you get access to an amazing community of serious AI builders, entrepreneurs who are growing, scaling, and saving time with AI. You can also see inside the win section, people are sharing their wins, sharing how they're learning and growing with AI. And this is a community where we all just raise each other up, help each other grow, share cool stuff like you see, and just help each other win with AI. Inside the calendar, you get 4 weekly coaching calls a week. So you can jump on live coaching calls, get help support whenever you need it, meet the community, etc. And inside the classroom here, you can get access to all of my best training. So for example, if you want to learn how to go from beginner to expert with AI in just 5 weeks, plus learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes, you can get that inside the AI Profit Boarding. You can also learn my best systems and playbooks for growing and scaling and saving time with AI. So for example, like AI avatar videos or shorts or newsletter automations or X automations, etc. Additionally, inside the classroom here, you can see how to get more clients with the agency course, how to rank #1 inside AI search engines to get more free traffic from Google and other AI search engines, and also how to grow and scale a YouTube channel in just 6 weeks. So this is all inside the AI Profit Boarding. I personally connect with members inside there. You can DM me anytime. I also answer the questions personally inside that too. So feel free to get that link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. See you on the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.